So my name is Eilen Mena. I'm a multimedia artist, and you spell my name Eilenitzelmena. I don't really think we feel guilt or shame. I think the emotion that's felt more is confusion, and not understanding why. I mean, if you break it down like systematically, you can, but then you don't. I think it's hard for folk to like see how like those things affect you directly because it's not about you. So when you know it's not about you, it's about like a bigger thing. You get confused as to why things aren't happening if you're doing the opposite or you're doing different things to like not have to deal with those things. But they're all around you. So I think we deal with confusion of like progress. It's like, why isn't it happening? And we're in a capitalist society, so like a lot of that is tied to like work, which is a fallacy because it's like the amount of success is not always tied to how hard you work. What advice would you give young people? So an advice I give is just like not comparing yourself because you're operating in a different environment, different system, a different culture, a different way of working. And yeah, there are like higher forces that like are not designed for the structure that you came from, but just don't compare because it's like trying to fit like a cube into like a like a hole. Like it's just not gonna go into it. So
yeah, what does that mean that way?
I think more so when I was like graduated college, like I always knew they were there, but when you benefit from other things helping you out, you don't like experience it. So there's knowing intellectually, but then there's like knowing emotionally, and you don't really but no one truly knows until you feel it. So I can like break it down and like write about how there are systems at play that prevent people from doing what they want to do when I was younger, but then when I graduated from college, like I definitely experienced it. And I think that's a result of like me having a lot of like academic success when I was younger. And then like coming out of graduation, like not knowing what I'm doing and like noticing that like certain people were getting jobs way faster than other people, even though like grade wise, like they didn't have those markers to say like you were like the top of your class or like you got a good grade in this subject. So I definitely noticed it when I was graduated from college. And well, I think I completed the cycle of understanding because I knew it intellectually, and then upon graduation, like I knew it experientially, like more. It like the epiphany happened within my body, and like the feelings came rushing down, and it like aligned with the mindset I already had about it. So yeah.
Can you talk more about that feeling when you come full
It came full circle. I think that's just like that is the complete understanding, and that feeling like sucked because you always think like you can be the outlier. Like you always think you could be the outlier. Like you like know, but because you haven't felt it, you're like, it's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna let it be me. And you hear about people who it's happened to, but you're like, when I get to that point, it's not gonna be me. So like, I think that feeling is really humbling. It forces you to be more empathetic to other people. It forces you to be realistic. If you come out of it, I think people my age, it's hard to do that because people my age are trying to do that while also understanding who they are. Because I think that a lot of systematic, oppressive forces make it difficult for people to like find themselves and try to like save the world. Like you can't do both really. And it's harder to do one without the other. So I think that people my age are trying to figure out